Alright, this is the recap for today, Wednesday the 19th, November 19th. Uh, Bias was pretty easy going into the morning. We had these like relative equal lows at intermediate lows on the 15-minute time frame. We also had London low. I mean, kind of trending bearish, but we do have low resistance liquidity built up here. We also have low resistance liquidity built up at these highs. Just all over. And then yesterday's London high, which pretty much was like the obvious buy side of today. So today should have been a lot easier, but it really wasn't. So this was my main target. I wanted this to get hit before taking longs. And what we end up doing is missing it by 2 points. Same thing as the S&P 500. We missed these equal lows in the same area by what? Yeah, point. 4 ticks. And I'm not longing this. It's against my rules. Discretion, yes, it's not a horrible play, like just to these highs, but anywho, main reason I didn't want this is because we had this 15-minute. If anything, I wanted to short out of this. Even if we came up and took these highs out, I still wouldn't mind shorting down to these relative equal lows. And that's is my thought process, all said live while I'm live trading in my Discord. But we end up displacing through this. We do invert this 5-minute, which I saw a bunch of people did take. This 5-minute, you could have a tighter stop and then target this full buy side, which was London from yesterday's overnight session, but we end up inversing that, taking out this buy side, and we just completely just displace and just punch through this high. Still not looking for shorts. If anything, I'm looking for longs to this 4-hour intermediate high from yesterday's Asia session, which is right here. This high inside of a gap, also rebalancing this leg. Then we can go lower, but we end up taking out this. Oops, it didn't mean to go that far. But once we displace to this high, I'm not really looking for any shorts until we hit this high from yesterday. We end up hitting it, same thing as S&P 500. We hit it at the same time. Correct, yeah. At the same time, we have 5 minutes below, and then we have this 15-minute right here that's about to be made. $15-minute right here. Bunch of gaps below, another 15-minute below. We have this 5-minute order block here. Highest time frame in this leg at the time was this 1 minute that was made, and initially I was looking for displacement down just through this, and then we end up making a 2-minute up here, and this is where I wanted to short. So we end up not closing yet. It was kind of close. And then I did get an early entry right here. We inversed this 30-second first with a good displacement, and I entered early off this with my stop. I actually had my stop up here. And break even at this 1 minute intermediate low. It's gonna go break even there. And then also this was right here was the 15-minute. Then we ended up making this 15-minute as right at 9:30. There it is. Yeah, so we ended up making a 15-minute right here. tapping into it, and I went break even, and I got stopped out. But if I didn't go break even, I would have hit. The only reason I wanted to go break even though the draw is lower, is we should displace, but we were just making all this high, and I'm like, okay, if I get stopped out at break even, I'll just wait for a resweep of these highs like this, get a clean displacement out of that, get an inverse out of that, and have this 10 a.m. open high, PO3 open high, and get an extremely low close. But never got that move up, and never even, as soon as I got break even, and then we tapped the second 15-minute down here, this one, I just knew it was over. So, and then the rest of the day just completely dumped to my original target that I wanted. But this was a really good short, but it just ended up not playing out. I don't know any trader that took that and stayed in it. But I mean, discretionary, yes, you should take that, but most of the time you're gonna get stop rated and probably gonna have to look for a re-entry. But that was how I made. Actually, I did make. I still did make money. Because last night I made 192 on my Fun Futures account. It still hasn't rung it up yet. This was yesterday. This is today. So I have 2 winning days on this account, and then my Top Step X. I'm not trading my live account this week. Yeah, this was last night I blew an account trying to. Right here. So I'm trying to get this passed in the next A+ trade. Need 1,200. But this is what this is looking like. Pretty good. Just need another good trade. But yeah. Today's recap.